It is exactly 8 p.m. Cairo local time. A very good evening to all our viewers. It is now time for our main bulletin, Panorama News, that brings you the latest in the world of politics, economy and sports. I'm Yasmin Qaffas and I'll be joining you in the first segment of this Panorama, and we'll be starting off with the political segment. Prime Minister Sharif Ismail on Friday said that the recent economic measures were taken as steps toward improving the citizens' living conditions and insisted that while past measures were only temporary, paying reliefs, the latest drastic moves were part of a comprehensive reform program. The details.
Prime Minister Engineer Sharif Ismail described the latest decisions taken by the government concerning liberalizing the pound and raising the fuel subsidized prices as important, serious and unprecedented, adding that these decisions pour into the benefit of the Egyptian economy. The Prime Minister told a press conference held at the cabinet premises on Friday that the critical stage Egypt was passing through prompted facing problems through serious decisions and carrying out an economic reform program. Ismail said the measures are necessary and that's our destiny to take action in the face of the current economic situation. The government aims to achieve a growth rate no less than 6%, compared to the current rate of around 4.3%. It also seeks to decrease the budget deficit from 12 to 10%. Ismail said that lifting of subsidies was planned to take place over 5 years, but the country does not have the luxury of postponing the decision, noting that the public debt is approaching 100%. He added that the public budget includes £200 billion allocated for the citizens' needs, noting that this amount is insufficient and requires decisions to move forwards. The Prime Minister reiterated that in addition to the latest bundle of decisions, the government is taking decisions for the benefit of investors. Ismail also made reference to the national projects which provided from 3 to 4 million job opportunities.
The Ministry of Interior said on Friday that they had arrested members of 2 recently emerged militant groups, along with the weapons, explosives, and proved that the organization had been set up by the Terrorist Brotherhood organization. Police detained 5 leaders and other members of the so-called Hassam and Luwa al-Thawra movements. Both groups that have claimed responsibility for the assassination attempts on judges, policemen, and military officers in recent months. The statement said that investigations revealed that the runway cutters of the terrorist group were planning to renovate the organization inside Egypt, to rename their cells and to use them as media fronts. Those cutters are arrested according to law, as many hideouts were also discovered all over the country. All legal procedures were taken against the arrested terrorists, as the state higher prosecution will investigate them. The Ministry of Interior ended its statement calling on citizens to fully cooperate with police and security forces to foil all the terrorist attempts to harm the national security in the country. Those hideouts were used to train or to hide terrorists, or as well as places to store explosive devices. The ministry also announced that forces seized large amounts of explosives and weapons, as well as sums of money in different currencies. And the security sources said that an explosion took place on Friday in Cairo's district of Nasr City by an explosive-laden vehicle targeting a judge. The officials said that the bomb in the eastern Nasr City district had targeted Judge Ahmed Abul Futuh as he was driving by, adding that the blast injured no one. Explosive experts and civil protection forces rushed to the scene to investigate the incident. Abul Futuh was one of 3 judges on a panel that in April 2015 sentenced ousted President Mohamed Morsi, also a senior official in the Brotherhood, to 20 years in jail after finding him guilty of inciting violence that led to the death of 10 people in clashes with security forces in December 2012. Egypt won on Friday the membership of UN International Law Committee at the elections of the UN General Assembly that was in New York. Egypt Permanent Ambassador at the UN, Amr Abul Ata, said this success achieved by Egypt candidate Dr. Hossein Hassouna reflects the international confidence in the Egyptian expertise, especially in the fields of international law. Abul Ata added that the Egyptian candidate gained 146 votes and the needed votes for this membership is 97. Minister of Defense General Suri Subhi and a number of army leaders paid a visit on Friday to the military forces personnel wounded in Sinai operations while they were on duty targeting the terrorist elements and eliminating terrorist hideouts. The Minister of Defense stressed that Egypt highly appreciates the sacrifices and their exerted efforts to keep the nation's security and stability. He also gave his directives to offer all the needed medical care to the wounded soldiers, adding that he wishes them a speedy recovery.